Welcome to a new episode of No Episodes with your host, Marcus Troy. Let's get right into it. There's an expression that I used to hear growing up, and it was, don't hate the player, hate the game. Oftentimes, we look at the player and we hate on the player. We feel like the player is taking advantage of the game, and we start to hate the way the player is navigating because it makes us feel insecure about our own game. But sometimes you look at the game and you feel like everyone's cheating. You feel like everyone is fighting with brass knuckles in their gloves. You're strapping up with your regular fist, your regular gloves, and you're getting knocked out. You don't know why you keep getting knocked out. You think that the opponent is just stronger than you, has more skill than you, more fearless than you. But all along, they were just cheating. I remember when I was in the influencer blogging game, and all these new kids started popping up being influencers and bloggers. Many of them told me that they were inspired by me and my moves, and I was the blueprint to their involvement in the space. But then I started realizing that all of their accounts were just flying off the roof. They were gaining like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers in months. Then I come to realize that a lot of them were buying followers, buying likes, paying for fakeness. They were essentially cheating. And because they were cheating, quote unquote, and the brands and companies had no idea that these guys were cheating, they started giving them bags and money and opportunities. And then you're looking back, you're like, man, does it pay to be authentic? Does it pay to have integrity, right? I often ask myself, is the difference between making 100 grand, faking Instagram followers or not, what do you pick? What do you choose? It's a real hard pill to swallow, right? Many people don't really have integrity or morals. And if we were to break down what integrity means or what it means to me, it means, who are you when no one is looking? I personally strive to be authentic, to be real, to not be fake. I used to have a tagline that went along with my name, and it was called Cultural Participant, meaning I was really outside, doing the things I said I was doing. I wasn't in my mom's basement tapping on a keyboard. I really had those shoes. I really went to those places. I really ate that food. Something in my body and my bones does not allow me to be fake. But oftentimes my peers and people that I look to, or people that are in the same space as me, seem like they have advantages that many of us don't have. Sometimes it's skin color. Sometimes it's who your folks are. Sometimes is how much you suck up or kiss up. But a lot of times it's just plain old cheating. Plain old brass knuckle and slide of the glove. It gets really frustrating. It gets upsetting at times. And that's when you start to hate the player. I'm not talking about the hate where people just hate on you because they don't understand or know what you're doing. I'm talking about people who literally are cheating and you get bothered and upset because you can't win. Well, I have some hope for you all who feel this way. Integrity is paramount. Who you are when people are not looking is paramount. I don't think it's worth it to cheat today for a win when you have a lifetime of living with your cheating. And yes, it looks great to get money from brands and companies now. Who cares? It's just an app. Yes, it looks great to cheat at your art, whatever you're doing. It looks cool, short-term benefits. But I really think that at the end, the ones who stuck by integrity, morals, and values and played the game fair, they probably sleep better at night. Maybe with less money in your pocket, but you probably sleep better at night. Like, when you look at the industry, for example, music, artists are cheating just to get to number one. Whether it's selling bundles or collaborating with companies to sort of like trick the numbers, buying YouTube farm links and likes, like everyone's cheating. Like everyone. What inspired this post was this morning, I got a like on my Instagram from another artist that was like, oh, great work. But this artist wasn't following me. And I go to this artist's profile and they have thousands and thousands of likes on every picture. But it seems like they just have a bot that's going out and liking other artists' stuff. And I'm like, it's fake engagement. It's fake. If you guys have noticed on your Instagram algorithms, a lot of your likes are coming from porn bots, right? Like, who's creating these illusions, this fakeness? As a creator, it becomes so hard to even want to share your work and what you're doing because you're not reaching the people you want to reach unless you pay. You're not connecting with the people who actually follow you and want to see what you're doing unless you pay. Your friends in your network who are meant to support you and like and participate in what you're doing are ghosts. I rarely see the posts from people that I actually want to follow. My feed is just filled with people who are paying to have my eyeballs. And I'm not going to call that cheating. It's part of the game. So don't hate the player, hate the game. Now you have AI. AI seems to be the rave and the new move that everyone is gravitating towards. And I'm gonna say it that AI is gonna make a lot of people lose their jobs unless you start playing the game. You can look at it and be like, well, it's fake. It's not real. It's computer generated. What are you gonna do? Are you not gonna play because the world is adapting so quickly to this quote unquote cheating? So, I mean, when you start seeing individuals that are passing their bar exams with AI or their class assignments, it's gonna get pretty crazy out there, right? Artists are drawing with AI. Brands are creating merch with AI, eliminating the artists themselves. And we can all sit back and be upset and be mad, or we can join in on the game. It's very conflicting. It's very conflicting. But I still believe that if you are going to play in any game, your personal integrity, morals, and values should be paramount to who you are as a person, who you are in the universe, how the world perceives you, and how you perceive yourself, most importantly. So I would say that stop the hate, participate, learn, right? If you learn the game, then you'll be very open to who's cheating and who's not. Understand the mechanics of everything that you're doing. Understand the mechanics. That's step one in realizing how you play the game. And if you decide to quote unquote cheat, like everyone else is doing, at least you'd be aware of what you're up against. I personally prefer to sleep with my integrity, my morals, and my values. And some of you might be saying, like, what's the big deal? It's not that serious. I don't know, man. I'm just built that way. Thanks for tuning into this episode of No Episodes. This would now soon be available on iTunes as a podcast for many of you, those who've been asking. Please like, share, comment. Let me know what you think on Instagram, when it appears on YouTube, and when it also appears on the iTunes podcast. Peace.